Strong heart.
Strong heart.
They've been doing this for 15 minutes.
Strong heart.
Strong
Hello.
heart.
Hi. Hey.
Hi.
Wow. Okay, we're back. Huh. We're probably wrapping this game up today. It seems like it.
It seems like it.
Yeah.
It sure.
I don't want to say
seems
for
like-
sure because sometimes these games outros are very long.
Sometimes.
I am fairly sure we're probably ending
I
tonight.
don't believe you.
Why do you never believe me?
Why would we?
There
Okay.
have been shenanigans.
20% of the time, I'm right to 100% of the time.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
This is the 20%.
I'll just read Ryunosuke's last line. You have to respect the man's ability to turn a situation to his favor. Lord Strongheart really is a master of manipulation. I just realized I need to make this bigger for you guys. There
Oh, yeah, thank you.
conclusively proved his guilt, yet he still manages to evade justice. I just don't know what we can do.
Ryunosuke.
It looks like the trial really is going to come to an end now. I'm almost out of options, I think. There's really only one path left open to me. Raise an objection, use evidence, or wait and see. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh,
this is a
pull
great
the
way to
ears,
open.
pull the ears.
Use
Oh, the
evidence.
ears.
Use evidence. Use evidence, not present evidence.
Yeah, that's true.
Pull the oh yeah.
I present this tiny plush rabbit.
Yes, as I know only too well. The only thing that carries any weight in court is hard evidence.
But, Mr. Naruhodo, what evidence is there to use at this stage in the trial?
I
Is
have
this
an
a new
idea.
rendition of the song?
I think so, yeah. I don't know whether anything will come of it, but if there was ever a time for using this particular item we have among the evidence, it's now. It's gotta be the rabbit.
gun.
It's gotta be the
There's no way
rabbit.
it's not.
It's
Funny.
the
Take
gun.
that. Yes!
Use gun.
Oh my! Yes, Mr. Sholmes asked if you had that with you earlier.
We've exposed all of Lord Strongheart's wrongdoing now. I've no doubt that Mr. Sholmes had already deduced exactly how the truth would unfurl. So I think it must be time for the great detective to take center stage, don't you?
Yes, absolutely. Let's take the hair by the ears then, and heave.
All right, here goes. Heave!
Ow. My dear fellows, must I remind you every time. A gentle tug will suffice.
Mr. Sholmes!
You're looking quite in the wrong direction, Mr. Naruhodo.
Don't be on my opposite side.
Because I'm over here.
Ah! Mr. Naruhodo, he's...
On the judge stand, please. Oh, no, okay.
What?
Uh,
What?
uh,
It's Mr. Sholmes!
Are you a hologram?
What?
What the
what?
What do you mean a hologram?
What?
What do you mean?
What do you mean you're walking?
I wasn't expecting you back, Sholmes.
Delighted to be here again, Lord Strongheart.
What is the meaning of this? Bailiff, seize him! Put that man in irons! This is a closed court. You've been warned once already, man. It's also Jay.
What the? We can't get a hold of him, my lord. we just go I am afraid your efforts are wasted, you see. The great detective you see before you is composed entirely of light and shadow. An image, if you will.
Where's
What
this
moves
man's
are you doing?
concert?
Wow.
Mr. Naruhodo, I must congratulate you on your fine deductions.
Mr. Sholmes? What on earth is...
Are you familiar, I wonder, with the invention known as a telephone?
Well, yes. I hear that some public telephones have been installed recently in Tokyo.
The sound of the speaker's voice is converted to an electrical signal, then transmitted instantly to another place.
Quite. Sounds are transmitted. So could not images keep up them company or amused? Iris and I did some modest experimentation to develop such a device specifically for this very day.
Modest experimentation, Mr. Sholmes. What a modest description.
And somewhat incidentally, I thought we might just as well transmit an entire sea.
Somewhat incidentally, Mr. Sholmes, now you're being immodest.
Do you mean to say you're not actually here, Sholmes?
That I knew my trusty partner would have no trouble grasping the concept.
Except he's grasping the stand to steady himself after your shock arrival.
Oh, Father. I would have hoped he might have been forewarned, being the great detective's great partner.
Leave my courtroom at once! Get out! Or I swear to you...
Dear me. You, on the other hand, Lord Strongheart, appear to have a very poor grasp on the situation. Allow me to reiterate, I am not here, which would, I hope, lead naturally to one asking.
Where are you? Where exactly are you?
The very question I was awaiting, yes. I am presently enjoying the air in a rather splendid garden.
A garden?
Not just any garden, you understand.
Oh.
A garden at Buckingham Palace.
What?
Oh.
You can't be... Buckingham Palace?
You're having tea with the Queen?
What's Buckingham Palace, Mrs. Otto? I've never heard of it.
Real.
Do you ever read the news, Mr. Naruhodo?
Mr. Sholmes, is Iris with you there?
Ah, well now, Iris is currently enjoying some tea. With Her Majesty.
Her Majesty?
Not just any Her Majesty, you understand. Her Majesty, the Queen of the British Empire.
What?
Queen. We've been broadcasting this directly to Queen Victoria.
Good. What on earth is this all about?
Buckingham Palace is Her Majesty the Queen's residence in London, Mr. Naruhodo.
Order! Order in the court! I demand immediate silence! Her Majesty the Queen. You can't be... I mean, no! This is some sort of unforgivably distasteful trickery by a third-rate detective, that's all!
Unforgivably distasteful trickery. What an apt description. A closed court session attended by elite members of the judiciary is a rare event. I presume that Her Majesty would be more than a little curious about the proceedings. So, I decided to show her everything from start to finish.
Huh? You showed her?
Indeed! By dint of the Sherlock Holmes remote cinematograph.
Cinematograph, yes. You meddling...
Is this some kind of nightmare? Ah!
Just as I appear to be standing before you, regaling you with talk of my latest invention, no doubt you've inferred that the reverse is also true.
You don't mean...
Her Majesty has seen and heard every moment of the proceedings. I assured there would be no objection, after all. Every trial in this country is conducted under the
Auspices.
auspices. Sure, of Her Majesty, as you know. Those words are so good.
You!
I confess, I am quite impatient to hear Her Majesty's opinion about the unforgivably distasteful trickery in which you've been engaging over the past 10 years.
No! I was merely...
Oh, so sorry to keep you all waiting. Wiki and I...
Vicky.
Wiki and I will had so much to talk about. Icky Wiki.
Outrage!
Shut up.
That complete coincidence, Wander. Iris, there you are.
In fact, I have a little message for Her Majesty.
A message.
Well then, is everyone sitting comfortably? Forthwith and with immediate effect, all authority previously afforded to male Strongheart is hereby revoked forevermore. Furthermore, he will be prosecuted for crimes against his country in a public trial by jury in the coming days.
So, it seems that Her Majesty doesn't believe we need to fight fire with fire. Justice in this country needn't be administered from the shadows at all.
Male Strongheart, the darkness you fostered to conceal your despicable actions these last 10 years is a thing of the past now. After today, your brand of law and order has no future, because no longer are you the Lord Chief Justice. In the eyes of the law and of Her Majesty the Queen, you are nothing but a criminal. Adjourned! 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 Court is adjourned!
Oh shit.
Oh. Oh.
No. Oh.
Ah,
Oh no.
Oh
That would've been funny.
No, no!
That is some heavy fire.
Uh-oh.
is the courtroom gonna catch
We
up?
are going to want
Oh
to get.
no.
Oh
Oh.
no! Oh no, he's fine.
Wait, what?
Oh,
Oh,
Damn.
I
Fine.
thought he was dead.
what just?
I thought he was dead.
what just
I thought he was dead too.
happened?
I thought he was
gonna
dead.
Stab him.
There was a spike
Me
at the
too.
bottom of that thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's in a bird.
Lord Clint Van Zeeks left a will in which he confessed to everything. When those words came out of Asoki's mouth, it deranged me completely. I knew I must do anything and everything in my power to contain the situation. I couldn't find the damn document. I searched his cell, but it wasn't there.
Which precipitated the jailbreak plot, I presume.
What do you mean? The need to obtain that will was all-consuming. I was sure that if I facilitated Asoki's escape, he would emerge with the will somewhere on his person. But despite searching his limp body in the cemetery that night, it still eluded me. It never even crossed my mind that it was concealed in a sword's hilt.
What pains me now is that my brother left this world without a word to me.
I'm sorry, Lord Van Zeeks.
In point of fact, I think perhaps that isn't the case.
Sorry?
How can that be?
There is more to his last will and testament.
What?
Is it and? Oh shit.
This was Wander last time?
Oh, this was me.
This
Oh,
is
it
Saps.
was Saps, that's right.
As I confront the prospect of my demise, I feel bitter regret for my younger brother. Barak, you always looked up to me, and now you follow in my footsteps to become a prosecutor. It is my fervent wish that my unspeakable deeds should not hinder your advancement. I ask not for understanding, for none could understand my depravity. I ask only for forgiveness.
Asogi is a fine detective and a hunter worthy of respect. He has agreed to honor my final 2 wishes. The first is that this document survives. The second, I cannot commit to paper. I have confessed my sins to my wife. May she find resolution in my death. With my eternal gratitude to my Japanese friend, I rest my quill. Clint Van Zeeks.
Clint.
Maelstrom Heart, you colluded with Seishiro Jigoku in a criminal plot so immense it spanned the oceans, and you cold-heartedly murdered all those who knew the truth about what happened 10 years ago. But why did you set about that now, a whole decade later? To ascend to the very peak. These last 10 years made me realize being the Lord Chief Justice wasn't enough, short of becoming Her Majesty's Attorney General. I could have no real power to effect the changes needed in this country. And for that promotion, I needed to ensure no remnants of the past remained.
How could you?
I like everything to run smoothly, in the exact manner that I prescribe, like a well-oiled machine. I was just a step away.
And for your ambitions to succeed, did you even bother to count the number of brilliant people you had killed?
Ah, Mr. Reaper, are you not forgetting something?
Such as...
Don't reply to the Reaper. You don't need to.
You've very much adopted your usual prosecutor-like demeanor in the proceedings now. But the reality of the situation is that you are the defendant in this trial.
Ah!
However, the presiding judge will appear to have, fallen from the
Show
bench,
snow.
as it were,
Show us now!
in a
Ah!
blaze of glory.
Oh! Oh no, that's still him!
May I suggest, therefore, that we entrust the final education to an old friend?
My lord.
Wander, you want to take the judge for now?
Okay, Gomez says it's Jay, but I'll take it.
Oh, thank you.
As a member of the judiciary, I've been following the proceedings from the gallery. And I must say, I shan't ever forget the extraordinary battle between good and evil that I witnessed here today. Smacker. The doctors that blighted justice in our lands these past 10 years has at last been dispelled. Thanks in no small part to the efforts of a bright young star from the east. Defense Counsel Naruhodo.
Yes, my lord.
On behalf of everyone here present in the Old Bailey, I give you my heartfelt thanks.
You're too kind, my lord.
The first time I faced you in court was under a year ago now. I had the faintest of intimidations.
Intimations.
That is it. Is he still here, the ghosts?
Oh, it's intimations, my lord.
Wrong ghost!
No, there's another one. It's like the Force Ghost in Star Wars. They just keep popping up.
that if British justice, so warped and twisted over its long history, was finally to know change, this might just be the man to do it. But at the time, I wouldn't allow myself to acknowledge the possibility. I couldn't overcome my hatred of the Japanese after the circumstances of my brother's death. Mr. Naruhodo, allow me to apologize for countless discourtesies on my part. You are a lawyer of boundless talent.
Oh, Lord Van Zeeks.
When I first arrived in Great Britain, I was literally a nobody, certainly not a lawyer. The truth is, my fortunes have entirely been made by the miraculous people I've met. My best friend, Cosmo Sogi, who led me here to Britain in the first place. My loyal and ever-patient judicial assistant, Miss Susato, who helped me study to become a lawyer. The brilliant Lord Van Zeeks, who never failed to challenge his Nipponese rival. And not to mention, the exceptional master of logic and reasoning who showed me the true art of deduction, Mr. Sholmes.
Saving the best for last, Mr. Naruhodo. What a relief.
I'm well aware that without all these people's help and support, I wouldn't be where I am today. The truth is a guiding light that always leads to happiness. I've lived by that principle for a long time now, but actually, it's not true. The truth can also cause great pain, sometimes even leave people on the brink of despair.
And for that reason, there are those who feel the need to hide the truth, who do it instinctively even.
But as soon as we allow our eyes to settle on something other than the truth, the darkness takes hold. And from there it grows until eventually it makes us blind to the guiding light of truth altogether. So that's why it's my belief that we must all resolve never to avert our eyes from what is just and true. So that we can continue to walk the straight and narrow path ahead.
Well, I must excuse myself now. But before I go, Miss Naruhodo, let me compliment you on your grand opus.
Huh?
Without your beautiful, composed case against Lord Strongheart, Her Majesty would have been unable to act. Thanks to you and your fellows, the haunting undertones corrupting Britain's judicial system have been silenced.
Thank you very much.
So, until our paths cross again somewhere at Mouse.
Well then, it would appear that this long trial has finally come to an end.
My apologies for any anxiety caused, my lord.
I'm quite sure we shall meet again here in the courtroom before long, Prosecutor Barak Van Zeeks. In conclusion of these proceedings, I hereby declare the defendant, Barak Van Zeeks, not guilty!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Woo!
Fireworks!
Fireworks!
Pachoo!
How many streams has it been since last saw that?
A few.
Quite a few.
There wasn't.
That is
any-
all.
There wasn't any at
Court!
the end of the last trial.
Court is adjourned!
Yeah!
Get out!
Let us out!
It's over. Go home.
Pray
Pray
forgive this not
forgive
guilty
this
before
not
the court.
It's November!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Wow, it is in
Mine
fact
actually is.
November 4th as of the day.
What?
We made it.
Wow!
Did it?
We did it.
It really is.
This was all planned.
We
But did I-
did this all according to plan.
Did I sacrifice too much?
Mr. Naruhodo? I really must congratulate you. It was truly splendid performance. Honestly, I couldn't be happier for you.
Oh, thank you very much. But I really couldn't have done it without you at my side through it all, Mrs. Otto.
Oh. Your kind words mean so much to me.
It really was a very splendid show, that Naruhodo. I'd have thought you'd be smiling from ear to ear, but you look rather glum.
Well, of course I'm delighted about the verdict. But in exposing the truth, I'm afraid I've caused my client a great deal of pain. I'm really not sure that's what a lawyer ought to be doing.
Oh, well, in that case,
Why don't we ask him?
I'm quite sure that when you see Lord Van Zeek's smiling face, everything will seem much better.
It'll
Yes!
scare me. Yeah. This is what smiling looks like.
Mrs. Otto, everything seems worse. He has a face like thunder.
Oh dear. I really shouldn't have presumed.
Mr. Naruhodo,
Yes.
almost a year it's been now since I first encountered you here in this very courthouse.
Fair.
For you to have risen to the level of excellence you demonstrated today, well, it's quite remarkable.
But I exposed the most unpalatable truth you could ever have imagined in court today. I feel as though I've robbed you of something you held so dear.
What was it he said? To fight those who dwell in darkness requires at least some of us to occupy that darkness ourselves. But that was just a feeble excuse of a coward. Only those who, with a steadfast eye for the truth, have what it takes to fight the dark forces of crime. You made fine work of establishing that fact in court today.
Oh. Well, thank you.
What magnanimous words.
You got it!
Thank you! I'm quite sure that Kazuma-sama would have a smile on his face at this very moment if he were here.
Kazuma. But
Okay, I'm liking this gag.
Mrs. Otto, there's another face like thunder here.
Oh my! And he really was here.
Lord Van Zeeks. Allow me to congratulate you on your acquittal.
Congratulate me, or curse me. You failed to bring down the Reaper.
I owe you an apology.
No, it is I who should apologize. Your father, Genshin. If I had been stronger, then perhaps.
You'd have made a bigger impact.
Shut up, Sholmes.
Sorry.
I made an unforgivable error of judgment. I can offer no excuse.
You. And I can offer no forgiveness. That said, I suppose you fought for justice and the truth. For that, at least, I can't withhold respect.
Your words means more to me than you could know. I will hold them dear.
Kazuma-sama.
I must say, there's one thing that's still bothering me.
What's that?
The will that Lord Clint Van Zieks wrote before his duel with my father.
Asog is a fine detective and a hunter worthy of respect. He has agreed to honor my final 2 wishes. The first is that this document survives. The second, I cannot commit to paper. I have confessed my sins to my wife. May she find resolution in my death. With my eternal gratitude to my Japanese friend, I rest my quill. Clint Van Zieks.
What can the second of his final wishes have been?
That your father agreed to honor, you mean?
The duel?
Mm,
I'm gonna guess
Sholmes?
Shomes.
Yeah, probably.
I think perhaps.
Or Mikotoba? No,
Make it
I
It's
think
always
perhaps
you, silly man.
I
Showed up,
might.
Winston in my head.
Hello there. I might be able to shed some. God damn it. Might be able to shed some light on that. Oh god.
What?
Father?
It was 10 years ago, as you know, the day before the execution was scheduled. I went to the prison to say my farewells to Genshin. Why aren't you putting up more of a fight, Genshin? If you'd only agree to it, Seishiro and I would gladly petition the government.
We've been through this already. You don't need to worry about me. Anyway, Eugene, I have a favor to ask of you. Something of great importance.
You're one of my greatest friends, Genshin. Whatever it is, consider it done.
I'm going to tell you an address. I need you to go there at once, in secret, and telling no one. You should find a lady of the gentry in hiding there.
A lady of the gentry.
Iris?
Not in a good way. She's with child. The birth is imminent.
Oh!
As a medical man, I'd like you to attend to her. Please, you're my only hope. Her only hope.
Oh.
Ah. By any chance, is the child yours, Genshin?
Don't be daft. It's a favor that was asked of me by a man I knew, as his dying wish.
Oh, it's
Oh,
Clint.
Clint?
My
Child.
goodness.
Yeah.
I figured that out.
Oh.
Yeah. She said, like, oh, a lady of the gentry. I was like, oh, Iris is a Van Zieks.
Oh, I swore to the man that I would help, that I would do whatever I could for his wife and his unborn child. But if something should happen to me, I need to ask you that same favor. You're the only person I know that I can truly rely on.
What did you say? If something should happen to you? Tomorrow night you're going to be... to be...
You never know, though, do you? What life will bring?
All right, then. Tell me the address. I'll head there at once with Seishiro and...
No, not with him.
Pardon?
This is a favor I'm asking of you, and only you, Eugen.
Right, I see. Very well, then. That very night, I caught a train from Paddington to Dartmoor in Devon. I found the old house. In the middle of nowhere it was. An old hunting hound lay asleep in the grounds. The poor woman was on the floor at the back of a darkened room. She was in mortal danger. I broke her waters to precipitate the labor before she weakened further, but it was a tortuous birth. I did everything humanly possible for her and her child. And in the end, I was lucky enough to welcome a new life into the world. But tragically, my efforts to save the mother's life were in vain. I held the healthy newborn girl in my arms and wept for longer than I care to remember. Eventually, in something of a daze, I looked around the room. There was precious little in it, but an old travel trunk caught my eye. It had clearly been well looked after over the years, made of top quality leather with fine stitching. But it was when I saw the emblem on the side of it that everything dropped into place. B for Baskerville.
Baskerville!
You mean the woman was the wife of Lord Clint Van Zeeks?
That's right. The newborn was his daughter.
But that makes no sense. Why on earth wouldn't Clint have entrusted a child to my care in that case? I was completely unaware that he even had a daughter.
I suppose he didn't really have any choice.
What?
Well, your brother said that he'd confessed everything to his wife, so she must have been beside herself with worry for her child. If the true identity of the professor were ever to be made public, the girl would be forever branded as the daughter of the infamous mass murderer.
Ah!
So the only solution was to distance the young girl from the Van Zeeks family as much as possible.
I don't believe it.
I imagine that in his final hour, Lord Clint Van Zeeks made the obvious choice. He would have thought to himself, this Japanese man here is someone I can trust. I honored my promise to Genshin, of course. However, only a month later, I was summoned back to Japan. And without disclosing the parentage of the child, I couldn't obtain permission to take her with me.
Oh, how awful.
I was completely at a loss. In the end, I had to ask my great friend. I asked him if he would be a father to her.
That being Mr. Sholmes, I presume.
Yes. He took one look in my eyes and agreed to it on the spot.
Mr. Sholmes. He has a heart of gold.
Really, all it can be said that I did for the child was to give her a name.
Oh?
When I'd come to Britain, I was trying to escape from the grief of losing my darling wife. So it was her name that I gave the little girl.
Your wife's name, Professor Mikitoba? In other words?
The name of my mother. Ayame Mikotoba.
Oh!
That's right. Ayame, or in English, Iris.
Iris.
I had no idea.
Ah!
Mr. Naruhodo, what's wrong?
This little
rabbit?
thing just pinched me on the behind through my trouser pocket hard.
My dear fellows, can you hear me?
Mr. Sholmes, is that you? Ah! Yes, we can hear you. Ah!
You see what excessive tugging can do? Let that be a lesson to you.
Mr. Sholmes, we weren't able to thank you properly before, but you were simply marvelous. Your checkmate move was a stroke of genius.
Indeed it was, wasn't it? I surpassed myself, I feel. It had become more apparent to me that Oh, that had to stop the Lord, or that to stop the Lord Chief Injustice would be, or would require such measures, yes.
Bruno! Susie!
Oh, Iris.
Oh, I'm so pleased. What a wonderful outcome. Her Majesty Queen Vicky said that she thought my special blend was delicious.
Oh, I'm sure she did. After all, no one brews a more delicious tea than you do, Iris.
Let's have a party to celebrate. And Mr. Reaper, you simply must come too. What? I'm afraid I couldn't.
The Reaper of the Bailey, flustered by a 10-year-old girl, again.
No, really? Oh, poo. I know! But I give you my word that I shall present myself at your residence in the near future to express my gratitude.
Oh, how lovely.
You promise now? I won't let you forget. Bye for now, then.
All right, Iris, thank you for all your help earlier.
Oh, it was nothing. Just come back home soon.
Ah! Duh. One final pinch goodbye, was it?
Also, I think shouts to Clueless, who called him Uncle Barry. Well, I think I ought to be leaving. Lord Van Zeeks, would you care to accompany me?
Certainly. Mr. Naruhodo, allow me once again to express my deep gratitude to you. I believe you saved my life.
Wait, Lord Van Zeeks!
Yes?
What are you intending to do now?
Well, clearly, I shall have to resign from the prosecutor's office.
Oh no.
I intend to publicize the full truth about the Professor case. Once that's done, the Van Zeeks family will be ostracized completely from London society.
Surely not.
So as soon as I am free from my employment, I shall leave the capital.
Oh, I see. How about her?
Francisca?
Don't be a fool.
Don't be a fool. Are those the actions of a man once feared as the mighty Reaper of the Bailey?
I beg your pardon.
For the past 10 years, you've endured that pseudonym and been cast as one of the dark forces yourself. Now that you've finally been freed from that disrepute, your battle is just beginning, surely.
Well, I certainly never expected to hear those words from your lips.
Pardon me, sorry.
Are you alright there, Naruhodo?
Yes, I'm quite fine. Water went down the wrong throat. My apologies.
I waited a very long time to come to London. Now that I'm properly here, I intend to learn all that I can. Anyway, goodbye for now, Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
Cosmo Sogi. It seems as though he's really matured suddenly.
He's not the only one who's matured, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh?
Well, I think we should make our way back to Baker Street.
Wait, who'd you mean?
We must help Iris for tonight's dinner.
We must. We must.
We must.
It was then.
Can you not give me 5 minutes to reset my router?
Huh?
I was saying, can you not give me 5 minutes to reset my router again before I get
Okay.
in line? But then the exact reason
Oh, I see.
happened.
Sorry, man. That I came to an important decision about my future. It's November. I'm home. Ah! Ah!
About time you got here. We've been waiting ages, Odo.
What are you doing with that colorful piece of history?
It's a party, isn't it? It's gotta go off with a bang. I mean, fireworks, ideally. But when you ain't got fire, smoke's the next best thing, ain't it?
There's a girl on Fresno Street who could help you with that, I think.
Right. I'll remember that.
You don't have to reload that thing every time I speed.
Yes, I do.
Gotta be Shawms. Gotta be
Shawms?
Shawms. Gotta be Shawms.
If it's Mikitoba, I'm gonna lose it. You really must hear this. It's quite the most extraordinary thing. It was close. I assure you that it will defy your expectations. Take down every detail now, Mikitoba.
Ah, the world-famous great detective regaling his partner with the tale of his adventure. A sight to behold.
Would you care to hazard a guess? Where do you suppose the fiendish runaway had concealed himself? Would you believe inside the trunk I found abandoned in his cabin?
I was literally about to say, was he in the trunk? And having no idea what he was talking about. Like, I would believe it, yes.
I say, Mikitoba, I detect not a hint of surprise.
I wonder why that is. Maybe it's because I was there at the scene as well, Sholmes?
What? You were? Then why the dunce didn't you say that before?
The dust? The dust!
I said deuce.
Oh, okay.
Did you?
I think it came out dunce.
Okay. Not quite the sight I was expecting to behold, but still. It's hard not to feel privileged to see it. Hello, Mr. Sholmes, Professor Mikitoba. I'm finally back from the Bailey. Didn't Mikitoba come with us?
And not a moment too soon. A feast prepared by Iris and Miss Susato awaits.
I must say, I haven't seen Susato looking so happy in a very long time.
Oh, Runo! There you are!
Dinner is on the table, everyone. Please do come take a seat. Time to fill my boots.
Don't put food in your boots. Doesn't sound good.
Goodness, is that really true, Gina? Yep. I'm losing me corpus cobbler and going back to what I know best. It's a diver's life for me.
No, don't do that.
You're really leaving the police force? But why, Ginny? Because... Gregson?
Well, the boss ain't around no more, so...
Oh.
And anyway, no matter how hard I try, that Reaper ain't ever gonna accept a diver turned dick, is he?
Hey. Well, people can change, you know?
Ah, yes, that reminds me. I rather thoughtfully offered to relieve the buff leaf of this now defunct piece of evidence.
Huh?
It's the inspector's pocket watch, and the crown has been reattached.
That watch was his pride and joy, a symbol of his great achievements at Scotland Yard. For 10 years, without fail, it measured every second of the man's remarkable career.
But now, it stopped.
Someone needs to keep the memory of Inspector Gregson's career alive by taking on the great responsibility of winding that watch every single day again.
Yes, someone with an equally fierce detective spirit. It's gotta be me. There ain't no one else. Quite right. I mean, after all, the boss was... well, he was my boss.
Yes, Ginny. Yes, he was.
Oh yeah, and I made a promise and all, didn't I, Iris? That I'd become a proper detective one day and track down your old man.
Oh,
Oh,
Bleh.
All right then, it's decided.
Ah.
I'll do it, and I swear,
mm,
I'll find your dad and bring him back kicking and screaming.
tell you later.
I'm not entirely sure that would be appropriate.
Yes, I think, Gina, it might be best to, well... Oh.
I think
I think I heard his internet
issues
die.
again.
My internet. My
Yeah.
internet.
Oh, there's the line. No, come on. Let me say it. I think I'd like to forget that promise, Ginny.
Huh?
Iris?
Well, obviously I've always wondered about who my real daddy is. Of course I have. I wanted to know where I come from. I thought it might tell me something about myself. But I've caused so much trouble trying to find out. For so many people. Hurley, Runo, Professor Mickey.
Oh, no, not at all, my dear. Really, you owe no apology to anyone.
Well, anyway, I decided to give up on it. Because I finally realized. You're my family.
No.
My daddy is the greatest in the world. I don't think it matters what his name is or where he's from. Don't you agree? Hurley?
Ah!
Aww.
With everywhere else.
Thank you, Hurley. Thank you, Daddy.
Aww. It's very sweet.
I think Mikatoba.
Yes, Sholmes.
I think that I ought to express my gratitude to you.
Oh?
For 6 years, you and I solved many a mystery together. And during that time, I remember countless expressions of gratitude for our good services. But a moment ago, I heard the most pleasing expression of gratitude of them all. And I should never have experienced it were it not for you.
You old softy, Sholmes. But I must confess, it's a weight off my mind to hear you say it.
Well then, I think this calls for a lengthy violin recital, wouldn't you say?
Oh well, the food would go cold. That's the only problem. Maybe next week, Hurley?
Are you sure a week is long enough, Iris?
Even amidst the most troubling of cases, even reeling from the most shocking of revelations. Returning in the evening to this suite of rooms, there's always warmth and happiness to be had. The home of the world's greatest detective, and my home too, with my greatest family. This attic room has been my home and office for almost a year now. I've certainly had some unforgettable experiences whilst I lived here. But I think now the time has come. Time to bid this place farewell. It's gotta be Susato.
Naruhodo.
Ah!
Nope.
Let's
He
make
gets up
a
with some
tour!
stupid lines.
Naruhodo.
Oh, Professor, is that your voice?
Are you alone? Are you alone? I didn't hear any sounds from Susato's room.
Yes, Susato-san went out after dinner. She took a carriage. Something about an important matter she needed to take care of.
I see. Not suspicious at all. I wanted to say thank you for what you did earlier.
Oh?
With Iris, I mean, when the subject of her father came up.
Lord Clint Van Zeeks.
I made up my mind many years ago never to tell her who her real father was. It's what was agreed with Genshin, after all.
Lord Clint Van Zeek's final wishes before he died, you mean?
Yes, I've had to take some rather drastic steps at times to protect that secret, you know. Calling Susato back to Japan 6 months ago, for example.
That's why.
When I read Saseki-san's report about his final days in London, my heart nearly stopped. You'd stumbled across the crux of that terrible case, the dog's collar. The description of the Baskerville insignia left me in no doubt. Baskerville. Oh, Baskerville.
Share that line.
If you decide to investigate that insignia, sooner or later you'd have made the connection to the Van Zeeks. And to make matters worse, Susato knew of the unpublished story as well. The story that Iris had written based on my notes from the time.
Ah, yes, the Hound of the Baskervilles.
Exactly. It was a work of fiction, but based on the grim reality of a huge beast of a dog being used as a murder weapon. A dog with the Baskerville family emblem around its neck. Armed with those two clues, I feared you and Susato might arrive at the truth. So I invented that story about having collapsed to justify her leaving London and returning to Japan at once. All in aid of halting any investigations you and she might have been contemplating.
I see. Something I've never understood is why Susato-san came across that manuscript in Japan, though. You know, Iris's The Hound of the Baskervilles story, I mean.
Shom sent it to me. That was before Susato left Japan. He was very troubled about what should be done about it, you see. I had read it and carelessly left it on my desk. Which is where Susato came across it, of course.
Ah.
It was the only case Sholmes and I ever pursued that I didn't record in meticulous detail. I was stunned when I discovered the young Iris had pieced together so much of it from my paltry notes. Sholmes and I discussed the matter and decided that we couldn't allow the story's publication. And at that point, I returned the manuscript by post to Sholmes for safekeeping.
So you did all that to stop Iris from finding out the truth about her father?
That's right. Because Sholmes had told me how astute she'd become. However, having witnessed events in court today, I must say my opinion has somewhat shifted.
Oh?
I think at some point in the future, the time will come for Iris to know the truth. And when it does, well, I believe it will be for the best.
I think so too. Actually, Professor, I wanted to talk to you about something too.
Judging from that expression, I'd say you've come to a decision, have you?
Yes, I have. I will be returning with you to Japan.
Are you quite sure?
I'm really only here as a substitute for Kazuma. But he's here in Britain now, as originally intended. Locum student Naruhodo doesn't really have a right to stay, I think.
I see.
Looking back now, when I first arrived here in February, my becoming a lawyer just seemed to be the way things turned out. With Kazuma, Suzato-san, and Mr. Sholmes all gently pushing me in that direction. I spent the best part of a year immersed in this world, but always aware of a seed of doubt inside me. Until today. Standing in that courtroom earlier, all doubts vanished from my mind. I was totally focused. I was sure of my belief in my client, and I was sure I could see the trial through. And at the end of it, I finally realized no one else chose this path for me. I chose it myself.
The path of a the path of a defense lawyer, eh?
Yes, that's what I am now. That's what I'll be going back with you to Japan as. And that's the path I'll be following for the rest of my life.
Well, sounds like you've made quite a resolution there.
Got him. I have!
Title drop?
Resolve. Very well then, I must say it's extremely welcome news. I shall make arrangements for your return first thing tomorrow. But I don't imagine we'll depart for a few days.
Not with this symposium having been cancelled now. Such a shame.
Ah, never mind. I'm sure there'll be other opportunities in the future. Well then, I'll bid you good night. She.
Suzato-san.
I just wanted to let you know I'm back.
Did you, hear what your father and I were discussing?
I'm sorry. I did, yes. I couldn't help but...
Oh, how much did you hear?
Well... From the part about Iris's real father, I think.
In other words, from the beginning.
So you've made up your mind. You'll return to Japan and continue working as a defense lawyer.
Yes, I'm sorry. I really should have consulted you about it. I did want to earlier this evening, actually, but you'd already gone out.
Oh no, that's quite alright. I already knew that it's what you decide, Naruhodo-san.
You did? Suzato-san?
Yes?
I suppose this means it has to be farewell soon.
I suppose.
You'll be a great help to Kazuma going forward. I mean, I know he's a brilliant lawyer, but he's new to the British courtroom. He'll certainly benefit greatly having a brilliant judicial assistant at his side.
I'll do my very best.
wish I could say it, but I just can't. I can't ask her to come with me. After all, she was always supposed to be coming to Britain as Cosmo's assistant.
It's growing late. We should both try to get some sleep. I'm sure you must be exhausted after today.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Before I retire, let me just say one more time. You really were quite splendid in court today. So, if you ask me, anyone who thinks of you as a substitute or a locum should be ashamed of themselves.
Susato-san.
Oh, is that what Lockdown means?
Welcome.
There was no tea!
No tea.
I'll always believe there was.
Thank you. Oh no, that's sad. It's November! I can't believe this day's finally come.
You're really leaving then, Runo?
I'm afraid so, Iris. Thank you so much for everything. I don't know what I'll do without your wonderful cooking and delicious tea.
Oh, I wish you weren't going. But you have to come back and visit. Say you will.
Of course, I promise.
Well, it was a very brief reunion, but it was a pleasure to pursue a case with you again after so long. For a while, at least, it felt like old times.
Jay?
Jay?
Yes, I suppose on reflection, there's something to be said for it, having a little fun once in a while.
Oh, Hurley.
I'll just go and say the goodbye to the professor as well, I think.
Alright, Iris, you do that.
Thank you.
Oh,
I've just checked, Naruhodo-san. Your luggage is already on board.
Well, now what do we
Such a
do?
beautiful morning. Perfect for embarking on a journey, isn't it?
Before I set off, I'd just like to say how thankful I am for everything you've done for me. And give my warmest regards to Kazuma, please.
Actually, I think you ought to give him your regards in person, don't you?
Sorry?
Ryunosuke,
Kazuma! What are you doing here?
do you really think I'd miss my best friend's departure?
Thanks. To be honest, I'd been looking forward to our wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's capital, but,
Well, we'll have to save that for another time. Personally, I'm looking forward to facing you in court again.
me too. But, we're both defense lawyers, so,
I'm going to become a prosecutor. I'll stay in Lord Van Zeek's tutelage for the time being, but before long, I intend to be just as formidable as the Reaper himself.
Oh, I see.
Actually, Ryunosuke, I have a favor to ask.
Name it.
I'd like you to take care of this for me for a while.
Karuma? Why?
Because I've seen it now. I've seen what's inside me, the demon that reared its ugly head that day. It was only for the briefest of moments. The last time I came face to face with that inspector. But it was unmistakable. I wanted to kill him. I've always known there are demons that live inside people. And now I know there is one in me. The fact that it very nearly consumed me is something I'll carry with me until the end of my days. While I devote my life to fighting those whose demons have got the better of them. As a prosecutor.
So, that's what you've resolved to do, is it?
Until I'm ready to face the demon within me. To slay it once and for all. I leave this in your care. If you'll take it.
Of course I will. I'll keep it by my side. Always. Until we meet again, then. You have your path to follow, and I have mine.
Naruhodo-san? The path you're going to follow from now on. I wonder if I might follow it at your side, and unless I'd be a burden.
What? I mean, I would very much like you to come with me. But aren't you...
Don't you but?
You're so predictable, Ryunosuke.
I am?
Honestly, you never change at all. But that's what I like about you.
You mean you knew about this?
It was the evening after Lord Van Zeek's trial came to an end. She came to see me at the prosecutor's office.
Really? Or when I had that conversation with Professor Mikotoba?
So, you'd go with Ryunosuke back to Japan?
Yes. I know it's unfair of me to follow my own interests like this.
Coming here especially to tell me. You're a stickler for etiquette, aren't you? Well, what are his feelings?
We've never discussed it, of course, and Naruhodo-san has made no such suggestion. I worry that perhaps I'd be a burden to him.
He's just as much of a stickler for etiquette as you are. He'd never say anything before he was asked. But I'd feel happy knowing you were with him. Look out for him on my behalf, will you?
Of course.
Susato-san.
What do you think, Naruhodo-san?
With you by my side, no trial would seem too daunting. So if you're willing, I'd be honored if you'd come with me. Together we can take on the world.
I'm terribly incompetent, but if you'll have me, I'd be delighted.
Oh, no, not at all. If anyone's terribly incompetent, it's me. Ah!
What's wrong?
Your luggage, Susato-san. There's no time. The ship's going to set sail any minute now.
It's all right. There's no need to worry. As it happens, my luggage is already on board too.
It is?
Your fine judicial assistant has everything in hand as always, I see.
Aww.
Bruno, your ship's about to leave.
My God, is she ever?
Oh, that's her voice.
You've never heard her voice.
Time to go then. Look after yourself, Ryunosuke.
Kazuma, draw your sword.
Eh?
One day, when our paths cross, once more, we'll fight a duel of words across the courtroom. A day I eagerly await as a lawyer.
I've been waiting to hear you say that, partner.
Don't forget me then, Kazuma.
As if I could, Ryunosuke.
And Mr. Sholmes, thank you so much. I'm very much indebted to you.
Indeed, Mr. Naruhodo. I believe you are.
I'll never forget all you've done for me during my time in London.
Quite. I should like to think you will remember your debt of gratitude. Especially when I visit you in your country. What? The truth is, although many are ignorant of the fact, the world is far smaller than most folk realize.
Well, I'd be delighted if you came to Japan one day.
Oh yes, would welcome you with open arms, Mr. Sholmes.
Oh, that sounds wonderful! I can't wait!
In that case, let us conclude that this is to be merely a brief parting, my dear fellows.
And that brings us to the end of my adventures in Great Britain. A peculiar twist of fate brought me halfway around the world those many months ago. But that was just the start of my journey. Who knows where fate will lead me next? Still, I'm confident this won't be my last meeting with the friends I've made in London. And when we're together again, no doubt the first words I'll hear will be,
Come, the game is
Oh.
afoot.
Is that it? Is that it?
The ship
I think that might.
with our
Nope.
friends from the east sailed steadily towards the distant horizon. But Sholmes's face was alight with joy. The times may change, but a steadfast friendship will remain true, Wilson. We have but to gently close our eyes, and we are with our companions once more.
So I do just that. And when I do, I can hear his strong, familiar voice ring out.
Objection!
Yeah!
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 Bruno,
You gonna do the Ace Attorney credits thing? Is it time?
Probably.
Speed
Oh,
reading? Speed reading?
are we ready to speed
Everybody
read?
compare your voices.
I've forgotten half of them.
Oh no!
Shoot Takumi!
Who's that?
Also, thank you for the compliment, Clueless.
Shoo! What's the cat?
Oh, Snug is probably one of the first ones. Never mind.
I've been thoroughly induted with the inquiries about my something, yes, but I am the purveyor of electrical goods, and what can be promised to close down, no. Anyway, I've decided that absence in London is in order, and sojourn in distant times, the Empire of Japan, and perhaps I understand that wardrobe class incurs no charge whatsoever.
That's too fast.
That was way too fast.
So fast.
People are running on his
Alright.
hologram technology, so
And
he's
it had-
fleeing the country.
Oh,
That's the fancy words.
I gave a little note to Hurley the other day. It just said, "Thank you for everything, Daddy." But it made Hurley cry.
Aw.
And I gave him some lotion I invented as well, to dye his hair red safely. She did the pearl thing. But he said that might make him cry too, so he'd rather not use it.
Yeah,
She
she
did
did
the
do one
pearl-
of Pearl's poses.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's like my favorite Pearl pose.
In those days when I was known as a Reaper, I felt your presence at my side. Once, unable to bear the burden of that grim pseudonym, I even retired from the courtroom. Despite everything, I still wear your prosecutor's badge with pride. But the darkness that once beset me is no more, as you too are no more. In other words of a young foreign friend of mine, I must stride forward towards a brighter future. I'm shocked I didn't throw the badge with how my hand held over it all the time.
Yeah.
oh.
Dog!
The boss left a note for me, you know. And I can read every letter now, A to Z, the old lot. It cleared up a load of stuff. The boss was trying to protect me, see? And that's exactly what me and Chief Inspector Toby here are gonna keep doing for Londoners. I only wish I could have said how grateful I was before he, you know.
You're great, Gina. Gonna miss you.
Good job, Gina.
Yeah.
Oh. Music
Ooh,
to the fun
fancy.
thing. Oh.
Gina, truth is, I'm not the upstanding fellow I think I am. It might be a diving art, but it's a good art. You reminded me I need to be true to myself. I've got one more job to take care of before it's that time to London town for the foreseeable. And then, I've got to complete your education in the art of detection, a la Gregson, as they say.
What a face.
Oh, Gregson,
Got that DreamWorks eyebrow.
I wish he had made it. I wish Gregson had made it. I ended up liking him.
Oh. Your Excellency, this man is accused of illegal entry into the Office of Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Oh.
Objection, absolute overruled and the ministry has been denied a her.
Who is this Scottish Counsel for Defense? And a woman are forbidden from the courtroom.
I don't even, yeah, sure.
Right.
Oh, really? My friend Susanna silenced the British.
Perhaps I should have engaged in services of a regular legal team.
What are you talking about?
Why did you go with them? What happened to you? What's
Also,
going on?
What is happening
Surprise
in this
Ray.
trial?
People pointed out that in the first trial in the game, like the first game,
I don't know if we have time. I don't know if we
Yeah,
have
yeah,
time.
probably. I'll save it for later.
Mama, is it true about Japanese people? Are they experts at filleting corpses?
Yes, they are. Fish corpses on the whole.
I'd like to hone my own filleting skills. You don't mind, do you, Mama?
Yes, I do. I'm not a corpse yet, am I?
I can change that.
No. And I'm glad. Aw.
Bye, Wednesday and Morticia.
Yeah. I like them. Well, Scythe did a lot of nasty things. I like them.
Well,
I
so
like
did
them.
Gregson,
Yeah.
but you know.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that actually it wasn't the case
Oh
that
my God.
Gregson was, you know.
Jay.
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 Hairbrain.
Jay.
He sent me a very nice letter saying.
I couldn't remember the voice.
Fair.
Sorry.
Well done, I was excited. I picked up plenty of
Left
talent.
me
Now I can afford a
completely.
bill. Oh, Barack, you come to rescue me again, please. I wish you could just mention the air sometime.
You'll
That
be
was a
okay.
lot of words for a little time.
Yeah.
Yes. But you will let me finish autopsy when you die, right? Yes, dear.
Oh.
When I went to make the waxwork impression on the killer in the cemetery, I realized what had happened. Even in the witness stand of the highest court in the land, I could never speak of it. The Lord Chief Justice and I had struck a bargain, you see. For a faithful reproduction of the visage, there's nothing we two spells would not do. Shh.
No, shh.
What are we shitting about?
Tell no
It's
one.
a secret to everybody.
Shit. Oh.
Hey, everyone calls me gossip. There's a little dippers and buzzes boy.
Hey, everyone calls me a pino. I smell of spaghetti, and I make it ready to eat it.
Everyone, say call me. No, I cannot do it. This is ridiculous.
Oh, Daly, how charming. You've made lots of new friends here, I see.
Yes, and when we're released, we're all going to strike it rich together.
What did Daly go to prison for?
Impersonating an officer.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peppino is just munching away. When I was accepted on the foreign study tour, I knew exactly what path I had to take. And however it might have ended, I knew that I wanted you there to see it. If I ended up in the dock, there's no one I would have rather had defending me. But now, thanks to you, there's a new path I want to take. I'm sure we'll meet again in the courtroom, my friend. Until then, I leave Karuma in your care.
I've made some tea, Naruhodo-san. It's important that you rest whilst you can. Once we arrive in Japan, you shall be busy establishing your new office. I'm so delighted to be accompanying you. After all, your talents have been recognized by a great detective. Because you really are the greatest of lawyers. A great ace attorney, some might say.
Hey.
She's great. She's great.
I love her.
Yeah.
Aww.
Love it.
Good picture. Bug eye!
Oh, it's Waga
Waga-hi.
High. Oh, Waga High's. Oh, it's still in the picture. I see.
In the picture.
Yeah. Couldn't take him on the
And he filled in the Dharma doll.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
The other eye was filled.
They were talking about that earlier.
Fun Dharma.
In like an optional scene, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna walk again, just like the credits for the first time. Yup.
There we
pick
walk.
Up, gonna pick up a little parade of people. Will it stop at 4? Who knows? Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, right.
Ray is like, this is my
Cats!
boyfriend.
Cats!
Kitties!
And
I am
that
a cat.
guy! Minamimoto. Right,
Oh,
Ted?
that's right,
Minamimoto.
Minamimoto.
Yeah,
Love the
Minamimoto is a
swimsuit.
completely different character.
Yes. But
Cats!
what was his name again? I don't remember.
Minami.
Show.
Manimoto.
No, not him.
No, but in this game.
The
Oh,
character in this game.
Raiten Manimemo was his name.
That's right.
That
how I
was
made
it.
that joke.
Minamemo.
Yeah.
Many memo.
And he talked like this, which is basically just a recycled
Yes.
Monokuma voice.
It is allowed.
A little bit less evil.
A little bit less for, something. Oh yeah, I was
Murray.
gonna mention about Hosonaga in the first case.
Hey.
Hosonaga in the legal team was the only one that wasn't corrupt.
Yeah.
You were
hello,
on his
Mr.
case
Lawyer.
about being the professor.
I had a feeling about Hosonaga, yeah, but I meant
He was
Aochi
too
was the only one who
incorrupt.
wasn't corrupt.
I
yeah.
love that dress.
Hosonaga
I want
never
that
did
dress.
anything
Oh
wrong.
yeah.
Hosonaga is
Jesus.
absolved of all crimes. Except for
That's-
whatever's going on
Oh.
in the credits, I guess.
Work it! Work it,
Work
girl!
it, gal!
It's Mario! And Luna's favorite character!
Character that had no idea how to voice.
Bonjour.
Hello.
Hey guys, you mind if I bring up the rear? Probably not. I got work to do here. Alright, see ya.
No, little German boy, don't go into the crowd.
Not a German boy.
Gossip, how does your hips do that? Oh.
Oh, how Sandwich? How do you do that?
Sandwich just disappeared? Sandwich is gone!
Human sandwich.
Oh,
You could kind of still see him in there.
my wife.
I'm shocked I wasn't there in the post credits.
Oh yeah.
You were a bad guy, you're
He,
going to
he
prison.
literally did the Mario jump.
Wahoo!
Yeah.
He
Hasn't he
literally
been doing that like every scene he's been in?
It's a goal.
I think
Yeah, but
so.
it's easier to see when it's like the full body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Shucks?
Gregson! And Gina.
Gregson! Gregson was almost just as evil as the governor, so why couldn't he tap dance?
I think it was just
Oh, there we
caught
go.
up in a bad situation.
I forgot about the tap dance.
Oh, there he goes. Ooh.
Oh,
my
look at him
God, yeah.
go.
I didn't even
Kinda
notice that
rough.
Shums left the parade at some point. When did he disappear?
He turned around just before it happened.
I see.
Oh, sumo pose.
Sumo
Oh, yeah,
pose.
that. Not sumo. I don't know what's called, but
Kabuki.
Jamie did something. That was it.
Well done. Thank you so much for completing my game. Samurai Tears.
No, stop it. Don't go faster. Don't go faster. Stop it.
Oh gosh. Oh, Sherlock's still gone.
He's gonna be
Okay,
waiting for us.
there
We'll fall. Oh, there.
Now cut him.
Now kiss.
Oh, that too.
Can't go make this. I didn't do that.
What a good game.
It was a good game.
Very.
Good 2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They feel like one game. I mean, it technically is one
Yeah.
game for us.
To us. But for all those
To
people who had to
us.
wait for that gap, I don't know.
Yeah.
God.
I'm so glad this game got like officially localized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Gomez, that is so kind of you to say. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Apparently, like, there was, like, sent out a questionnaire when this game was localized, like, do you want to see these characters again? So, maybe?
Ooh, third game, maybe.
Do it.
I would like it.
You have the assets.
Sure.
Do it.
I'll be up for that, of course. Would
Yeah.
would they go back to England again?
No, I think Sholmes would rather come to Japan like they hinted
Yeah.
at.
That
This
does
was such
sound
a good
France.
conclusion that they don't need to make a third game, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't be opposed to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Hey,
I would
there
like
is
that.
resolve.
Oh, I got that little achievement thingy. They don't call them achievements in this game. They call them something else,
Medals.
but I forget. Probably medals.
Something.
Badges.
That would make thematically sense.
Good game. Very good game.
Good game.
Title screen, title
So yeah, I'm not sure we're gonna end it early tonight.
Wow.
Clueless. I love that idea, Clueless.
Oh.
We see
A
film
noir style
Ace
game.
Attorney.
Mm.
Set it in like the
Hotel Dust style.
like in the 20s.
Yeah. You know what would help fill the remaining time some escapades? I think what we are going to do is call it here for now. It is possible that you will see another stream from us in the future where we do the escapades for this game. We're going to talk about it. But for right now, we were talking about... yes?
The escapades are like special side stories. Jay.
Side stories that aren't part of the main story.
Exactly.
It's bonus content.
We did the math, and apparently it would come out to about 2 hours if we were not voice acting it. So, you see why we're thinking maybe we would just do a different stream of that. That's the thought.
So that's like
Plus
2
we
or
can-
3 streams.
And then we end
We
on
can,
the
like,
number
wrap-
20.
We can wrap this up in like a nice little bow right here.
Yeah.
Just have a nice ending at the actual ending of the game, and then have a bonus episode of sorts.
Don't you think it would work out? That's what we thought, so that's what we're doing. But you know
Keep an eye
what we
out for
were...
that.
You know what we were thinking is that we might switch over to Dragon Ball Breakers. Is that right? Is that what I understood?
That was
Yeah.
the
Sounds good to me.
suggestion of what we were
Sure.
suggesting to switch over because
Dude.
everyone's here.
Guys, let's do it. Sounds great. For now,
Everyone
though,
is here.
For
Well, I
now,
get
though,
my
we're gonna
Zenny
say
code.
goodbye to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. It was such a great time. I enjoyed it very
Yeah.
much.
It was.
Great story, great rating. Thank you very much
Wonderful
for watching.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah. For now, though, we're gonna call it. If you're gonna be playing with us for Dragon Ball Breakers, see you soon. But otherwise, see you next time.
Yeah.
It was soup.
It was
Bye-bye.
soup. Bye bye.
Soup.